Joining us today with the bottom line is Peter Ward, chair of the Department of Management Sciences at OSU's Fisher College of Business. He also is a professor of operations management. Peter, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Interesting tour there at Ohio State. That's down the road. That's the future. Let's talk about the present for just a moment.
Sure.
Automotive industry recovering on the heels of this recession. It looks to be a bright future. It looks like these companies are starting to turn it around.
It is recovering slowly. It looks like we will sell north of 10 million or 11 million light cars and light trucks this year, as opposed to about 10 million last year. So we're seeing an increase in sales and a slow increase, but nonetheless, anecdotally, talk to companies who are auto suppliers or in the auto industry supply chain. What we see is that they're thinking about adding people. And I think that's a real good thing.
And you talk about supplies. Ohio is the leader for auto industry, for suppliers. That's what we do best, really. What's the future of that hold? What are the challenges for the auto supply companies?
Auto supply companies have always been in a tough spot in the sense that they're dependent on the branded OEMs who are the call the shots. What we see is things are really changing a bit in that there's much more collaboration between suppliers and OEMs than there used to be, so that Honda and its suppliers and Ford and its suppliers are much more in partnership in terms of actually designing the car, and the responsibility for automotive design is much more in the supply base than it used to be.
Talk about partnerships, and nobody does that better than Fisher College of Business. The guidance that Fisher offers in the Ohio automotive industry. Talk about that.
Yeah, we have lots and lots of partnerships with the auto industry, suppliers and OEMs. We are very active with Honda's supply network. And there's an award that we work with Honda suppliers in providing each year to the very best lean producer in Honda's supply network, and that's just been a lot of fun to work on that, and produces lots of ideas that are shared across the supply base, and thus increasing productivity and helping to help that auto industry get better.
Where do we go from here? Look into your crystal ball. How does Ohio grow, and especially with research and development and the new technologies?
Yeah, well, I think technology is going to be a key driving force, and we've seen a lot of that with Jojo's work and so forth. But it's also real important that we take care of the soft technologies, the sort of brain technologies, where companies are able to really take advantage of the strong backs and the strong minds of their workforce, and that's certainly something that we're seeing at every level, and including management level. So that it's really important for us to be able to train managers who are problem solvers and who can facilitate problem solving in the factories and in the offices. And that's a real key capability, and I think it's somewhere where Ohio State is a leader in facilitating that kind of thinking, and we hope that that's going to help us get better and have our Ohio have a true competitive advantage in an industry that's awfully important to us.
It is very important. It's a tough industry, but it has a lot of potential, and I think we've learned a lot in the past half hour. Peter Ward, chair of the Department of Management Sciences at OSU's Fisher College of Business. Peter, great information.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for your time today. We appreciate it.